So I don't understand, frankly, why none of my other competitors are talking about this. Right? Let's put aside personality differences and all the rest. He is the front runner. I read the polls the same way all of you do when you see him in the paper or hear him on TV. He's ahead. If you're serious about winning, you got to beat him. And how do you beat him unless you talk about the facts of what his presidency was, and based on his conduct then and since he left, what his presidency would be if he came back again and why you would be better? Yet all of them are silent about this. They treat Trump like Voldemort in the Harry Potter books. He who shall not be named. And I saw the press go into a tizzy yesterday of joy when 2.5 years after the election, Governor DeSantis said, yeah, Joe Biden won. Let me give a big round of applause to Governor DeSantis for catching up on 2.5-year-old news. But the reporter slipped. She didn't ask the right question. Of course he lost. Biden's there. He's sleeping in the White House. The question is, do you think the election was stolen? They didn't ask him that question. And I suspect when Ron DeSantis comes back up here, if you're in an audience with him, one of you should. And you will watch one of the greatest dodges of all time. So let me be clear and not just be critical. The election was not stolen. And in fact, I said that on election night 2020, when I was getting paid to say things like that by ABC, paying me to tell the audience what my honest view was. The election wasn't stolen. An out-of-control egomaniac lost to someone who had never beaten anybody outside the state of Delaware. I understand why that's really upsetting. Joe Biden could never beat anybody outside the state of Delaware. Ran for president 3 times before that, lost all 3 times. I understand why that would wound your ego. But believe me, I've lost to some people over time I didn't want to lose to. Be inappropriate for me to name any names, but his initials are Donald Trump back in 2016. So we need to have an honest conversation about this. He sent